Shot to the heart, Suki, you're to blame, darling. You give love a bad name.
You're singing that, and I'm singing Janet Jackson in my head.
You're singing Janet Jackson. You know why, Suk? Because we have one of Janet Jackson's best friends and songwriters coming up right here on this very show. How are you, young lady?
I'm doing great, and I'm ready to get this show started. You want to do it, Scotty?
Let's do it. Give me a little countdown. You start from wherever you want to start from.
3, 2, 1. Ahora. The Suki and Scott Show.
It's musical. It's magical.
You guys nailed it. You're great. You have great questions. You listen. You guys have such amazing energy.
The Suki and Scott Show.
I love that banjo.
Everybody's loading up, Suker. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, Scotty. Good to see you. As always, we are another jam-packed show with lots of news-making headlines and just getting our viewers in the know, if you know what I'm talking about.
I am going to tell you everything you need to know as soon as I post up.
All right, so you post up, and I'm going to say hello to our friends. Jeannie Clay.
Say hello to everybody. Say hello. Bring them in.
Jane Milliam, Philippine Richardson, Rory Wright. Hello. Jeannie Clay, Jennifer Stoddard, Judy Blevins, Connie Hensley, Cherry Hetrick, Pan Apollonia. Sorry, Pam. Sue Scharf, Monica TJ.
Monica Lewinsky?
Not Monica. Monica Chatham. Julie Giorna. Jennifer Stoddard again. Philippine Richardson. And Joanne Thibault. She speaks French on our lines. I love her. Jackie Weitzel. Janet
It's probably Thibault. It's probably Thibault.
Thibault.
Right, Thibault. Listen, Suk, we have really kind of a fantastic show tonight. It's a little different show. It's fantastic. We like to bring you talent from all over the place.
Yep.
2 amazing, talented people on the show tonight. Guy by the name of JJ Farris, who's with a band called Slammin Gladys. Now, you may not have heard of Slammin Gladys, and you may not have heard of JJ Farris. JJ Farris is not only part of this band, he is a composer. He is a music arranger. He is a songwriter. They have a new album out called 2. But he has done music that you have heard of, General Hospital.
But you just didn't know it was him?
You didn't know it was him. General Hospital, ABC News 2020, America's Got Talent. Wait till you hear. He's done movie trailer music. He's done commercial music. He's coming on. And then we have Suki, we were just talking about this.
Janet's best friend.
The 35th anniversary of the album Control. And because of Justin Timberlake's apologies to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson earlier in the week, Control has jumped to #1 on the iTunes charts 35 years later. So we have Melanie Andrews, who is a singer-songwriter with Janet Jackson. She's a backup singer. She wrote the song "Let's Wait a While
Before It's Too Late."
Right? And so Melanie Andrews is on the show. Philly Kid's going to join us in a little bit. We've got so much to do. So we've got 2 famous singer-songwriter people on the show from 2 totally different eras, 2 totally different genres of music. And it is just going to be, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be an amazing show, Sue.
Listen, I'm excited for our show, as I always am, but I was excited for my TLC show last night, which I watched. I don't know how many of our viewers watched, but Sean Overton said, "Hey, Suki, I watched your show last night. Really liked it. Nice job on your new TLC show." Thank you very much, Sean. Appreciate that. And all I can tell you right now is that I'm waiting for the snow.
Suk, it's supposed to snow here in the Northeast. Another storm tomorrow and Friday.
How about Texas? In a state, it is an estate. I don't know what's happening to say. First of all, I learned a couple of things that's new. That Texas has its own electric grid system, which I found fascinating. Did you know that?
Very exciting. Very exciting.
No, that's why they're in the situation that they're in. Oh my God!
You know what's
Hold
great?
on, my parents are calling. I just need to make sure they got home. Hold on.
Hold
Hello?
on, everybody. Suki's parents are on the phone.
Okay, Nabra Kubra.
Nabra Kubra.
Okay, all right, bye.
Everybody's good. Suki, you know what's funny about Texas? They had Ted Cruz was on CNN, and he was they were grilling him because Ted Cruz, when the people in the Northeast were going through all these storms and they wanted to send funds to the Northeast, Ted Cruz didn't want to help people in the Northeast. He voted against it. So now Ted Cruz is on CNN asking for federal help, and it was great. I think it was Katie Tur, who I used to work with at NBC. Katie Tur, but Senator, what about the time that you came on and you told everybody you voted against helping the people in the Northeast? And he was like, I don't know. It was really cool. But Suki, that's neither here nor there. More importantly, as someone who knows how to find love live, and someone who knows how to play sex games on TV.
On love games.
Here's an article that came out earlier today. Men with these sexy features are the best in bed. Men with these sexy features are the best in bed. Is JJ Farris coming up in just a few minutes. Suk, what would you think in this article? I'm going to tell you there were 4,500 women surveyed in this article.
I'm not looking at I like a good face. Like I need a face.
What do you think were the top categories of men who make the best lovers? What women are turned on by the most?
Not by the size.
Forget pee-pee size. We're not talking about that. We're talking, what women love first. About a guy,
broad shoulders.
That's in there, by the way. Here, I'm gonna read it to you.
Broad shoulders. I like nice hamstrings.
You like nice hammies?
I like nice. Like a man that's like on top. Just manly.
Just takes control.
Control.
Okay, so here we have the salacious survey.
Lupo said hands.
Hands. Hey, bah. Here's this. It says the salacious survey, 4,500 women to list the physical attributes of men they've had the best sex with. All right. Clocking in first was facial hair. 73% of participants claiming the best sex partner sported a heavily forested chin. All right.
That's called no.
Meanwhile, JJ Farris in the green room, he's going, chicks love guys who play guitars, bottom line. We'll bring him in just a second.
Like a facial hair, like right here, like a flavor.
No, any facial hair. Jason Momoa facial hair, George Clooney facial hair. Meanwhile, 71% of women rank men with cappuccino peepers as the best in bed, meaning brown eyes. Women love men with brown eyes, Suk, apparently. And then it says, and in proof that bad boys finished first, men sporting piercings and tattoos came in at 70% and 62%. And here's yours coming in at 68%, broad shoulders. Okay.
So you can hang off them.
Yes. And then it says 53% of women claimed that their most skillful lover boasted small feet. Small feet, Suki. Not small midsection, small feet.
You want a guy with little feet?
Meanwhile, heading up the not so sexy end of the spectrum were big hands and bushy eyebrows. Good thing I got mine done yesterday.
I love your bushy brows. You've got the best brows in the business. I always tell you. But let me tell you something. I'm very surprised that women didn't see. Women like manly men. I think women of a certain generation really like a man.
Yeah.
Like my millennial friends all love like the metrosexual.
Yeah, listen, I could tell you by Friday, my wife loves when I have like a beard working. She doesn't want me to shave.
Yeah, she likes a manly man.
She likes the beard, little gray working. And, I try to work that until Sunday night. I have to shave, Soup, for Monday morning shoots. I can't go on and look like I'm 80 years old. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I perform like I'm 22, but I can't look like I'm 80.
I mean, I'm telling you, I agree. It's funny because, so many millennials that we work with, they like the guys with like you ever see the suit pants? They don't wear the
Oh,
stock.
the floods that wrap around.
And the floods that wrap around their ankle.
Those European tight
like everything is like very tight around their.
Yeah, that's not for me.
And then they wear like the short shorts, like like you just. And then they wear the jacket, the suit jacket, and you can see their butt.
Everything's
it's just
tight.
Wrong.
Everything's tight, Soup. Those European cut with
those European cuts, and like if you're not completely gorgeous, like if you got a little, it's not good.
Yeah. But yeah, it's so the guys with the facial hair came in tops. Souk, listen, we are going
no man buns.
What's that? No man buns did not make the cut. Suki,
a guy wearing a merce.
No merces. But no, that has nothing to do with having sex in bed. You're not gonna have.
I like the man who brings a merce to bed because I want to know what he's got, what toys he's got in there.
Yeah, he's got the Yobo, baby.
Yobo.
Listen, we have the amazing JJ Farris, composer, songwriter. He's Slammin Gladys is back in action. The group. We're going to talk to him. Souk will be right back with him right after these very important messages.
These Yobos are awesome. They are portable.
Yeah.
They're a portable electric massager for pain relief. They're super, super quiet. Very portable with its own carrying case. It comes in with 4 speeds, 6 colors, black, blue, green, pink, silver, and red.
Look
it's got an on-the-go USB charger, so you can take it anywhere.
Phil, you're going full spokesperson on that deal, huh?
Hey, man. If I tried it out and it works, I believe in it.
I'm with you, Phil. The whole family wanted to use the Yobo. I mean, this was like the gift that kept on giving. You thought it was for yourself? No. Your husband wanted it. Your mother wanted it. And like you said, those attachments. There's stuff that can get deep into into your neck.
Right. And listen, the folks at Yobo informed me that, the last time we were on, they got so many orders because if you type in the code Suki and Scott, you get free shipping.
Right to your house.
That saves you a bundle right to your house. Now, listen, it's too late to order, obviously, for Valentine's Day because it'll never get there. But if you're a guy, if you have a boyfriend, a husband, a father, guys love this stuff any time of the year. So just order one for them.
Or yourself.
Or yourself.
How many people have been pampering themselves? Nobody's been pampering themselves during the pandemic. And this is a great little way that you could sit in the comfort of your own home and like massage yourself. And like so many people we all live by ourselves. So, you might not have somebody to like rub your toes or your back. And so this does it for you.
Souk, you ready
rub
for
my toes? What the hell?
Ready
what
for
the hell
JJ Farris? You've been Yoboing all day, haven't you?
Listen, my Yobo is never too far away from me.
I love it. We're going to talk more Yobo later on when Phil joins us. But JJ Farris is coming in. I'm going to introduce you to him. They've got a new album out called 2. Here's a little something from it, too. Suki, that's a sexy song. Let's bring him in there.
Very sexy there, JJ. I was like, oh, here we go. Give me a beer. Let's hang out. Dim all the lights.
JJ, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you? How are you guys doing today?
Good, man. Good. I love when artists come on and they've got all the guitars hanging behind them. Listen. Yeah. I've got my 1, 2 back here. None of them have strings on them. They're from when I was 10, JJ. I haven't touched them since.
I'm gonna ask if you still play, but I guess not. Huh?
No, the last song I learned how to play was Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald when I was about 10.
I remember that song. That's a big memory in my brain. Remember that was an epic song.
Little Gordon Lightfoot. How are you, my friend? Thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me, and I'm doing great. I'm here in LA. We have a sunshiny day, so got a nice walk in this morning. I know you guys.
Thanks. We're getting snow, sleet, about 12 inches.
What is going on with the country right now? It's insane.
It's a mess. The country is a mess right now. We were just talking about Texas. I mean, God bless Texas. Those people are suffering tonight.
Yeah, a lot of family in there. So I know they're talking about, blankets sitting there with nowhere to go because they can't go anywhere. So it's crazy. Yeah.
And JJ, before you came on, we were just talking about, women being, surveyed about the best
sexy things
they've ever had, best attributes on a guy. And listen, that guitar you're holding right there, that's all you need, man, as far as I'm concerned.
Right. It works. I mean, little hair, little guitar, I got the brown eyes as you guys were talking about.
Yeah.
So
it's great, man.
I'll admittedly say I'm a metrosexual, I think, because I like getting
Are you doing Pilates late in the afternoon, JJ?
No Pilates, a little yoga,
I love it, man. I love it. JJ, listen, we're going to talk. I want to talk. We'll talk Slammin' Gladys and everything that's going on in a second. But, dude, when you read about your biography and your resume, just composing and arranging music for songs that we're hearing every day on television, especially on ABC, man. You got this whole thing down pat where you got this nice niche going there out in LA and you're banging out trailers and movie music. It's that's got to be great when you hear this stuff all day long.
Yeah, it's fun. I fortunately met some great people that got me into the trailer business, man. I've been in for probably like 15 years, and I just create custom music, and I create sound design, I create sound effects. I work with other people a lot, and together we create some just interesting stuff and give it to the editors, do kinds of albums, and it just ends up in all kinds of different spots here and there. And then sometimes we get to do custom work as well, but a lot of it's just creating custom cues and then letting the editors have at it with them.
I got to imagine you just didn't say, I'm going to come out and create custom cues and I'm going to do, I got to imagine that this was an evolution of where you are today, right?
Yeah. If you would have said, when I first came out to California, when I was 18 years old, if you would have said I'd be doing music for trailers or television or anything like that, I would have said, nah, that's not my thing. It's not what I'm into. I want to be on stage. I want to be in front of thousands of people. I want to do my thing. So through the course of being out here, things just led to doors open and doors closed. So all the doors that opened seemed to lead me into all these interesting spots. And I was fortunate enough to get into ABC television back about I think it was around 2000. Yeah. I spent a good 15, 17 years there, and it was incredible. It literally was the reason why I was able to stay out in California, because I got into that, and I was able to write for 2020, for One Life to Live, for General Hospital, for like all the programs. I would have just be assigned packages. Okay, do 10 cues for 2020, do 10 cues for General Hospital, or what have you. And so it was a lot of fun, a lot of songs too. So it wasn't just cues; a lot of songs made it in as well.
Yeah. So when you say cues and songs, so is that like when someone's in a serious scene and that's the little music behind them and things like that?
Yeah, there was a for instance, like for General Hospital, it was interesting because they had these character themes that would pick like one song. I wrote some songs with Matthew Nelson from the Nelson, one of the Nelson twins.
The Nelson brothers. The Nelson twins.
Him and I, we wrote about 10 songs we did like an album basically for ABC. And one of our songs, Right Here and Now, became a character theme for Robin and somebody on General Hospital. I don't remember the names, but it became a character theme. So every time it showed them, the song played. So that was a character theme. And then there was background music, which is more like just something that you don't really notice, might make you cry, might make you feel emotional, might make you feel nothing, but just background music. So it's a combination of both.
That's amazing, man. And like I noticed you also wrote and composed for like Cher and Don Henley as well.
Yeah, I through meeting so many cool people out in LA, I met some producers who brought me in. I was actually at Cher's house for 4 days.
Wow.
What the hell was that like? What was that like?
It was like imagine like it's like a Jurassic Park kind of fortress with a huge entry gate. I'm not kidding. It's about 30 feet high, and it's completely enclosed in a brick. It's completely enclosed like a brick wall around the whole the property, and it's right in Malibu. It's like completely unblocked. So when you're sitting on her backyard on our patio where I ate lunch and stuff, it was just like this panoramic view of the ocean, like with nothing in sight within miles. It was like crazy. Wow. And so I camped out in the bedroom for like 4 days, and I played guitar tracks in the bedroom. I met her once. She came down and listened to what I did, and then I got offered to go on tour with her as well, because apparently the producer at the time was a guy named Bruce Roberts, who worked with her a lot. And Bruce had brought me in. And Bruce comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, if you want to go on tour, Cher's really liking you." I'm like, "Oh boy!" I go, "I heard it with Doughboy stories. I got some other stories." I go, "It's not my thing." I go, "Well, playing on the album, but it's not really my thing. But thank you." You know.
Wait, JJ. So you're telling me on this show you're breaking?
You passed.
You slept with Cher in her house?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying that she was. I didn't really get the whole deal, but I was told by Bruce that she liked me, meaning. Like I look for the tour, meaning who knew what would have come from that? I don't know. But, thank God I've never found out to tell any stories about it.
Listen, that view of Malibu could have been yours, JJ. What in God's grace?
Yeah, along with was it her kid, like a bunch of her kids live there. What's the kid that she had with Dwayne Allman? That Chastity? No, Chastity.
Chastity Bono. Yeah.
He was living there, and at the time, and it was crazy, man. It was like another world, really. And it was funny because I was just in this little bedroom, but my amp was in a bathroom, and I was in the bedroom, and it was right below her bedroom. So I guarantee she was getting guitar all day.
That was great. That's great.
Is that why they call you the consummate utility man? Like,
yeah, the utility man.
Well, it's a lot of hidden agenda there. I'm not sure.
JJ, are there songs on TV that we hear that we might know that we're so used to hearing every day? Like when you say 2020 or AGT or those,
I guess like the character themes, like a song called Right Here and Now for all the General Hospital people that really are into the show, which is a lot of people. They would probably know Right Here and Now. They would know a song called Everything, Other Side of Me. As far as music cues, they don't really get to be as, let's just say, popular as, say, songs do, because they're not recognizable. They're more background, like we were saying.
How about the Goldbergs? I mean, that's one of my favorite show.
Yeah, I love the Goldbergs.
Yeah, it's just like background cues. I mean, again, I would do packages for ABC, and then when you do the package, and then it goes into the system, and then it goes worldwide from the system, meaning any editor, any ABC affiliate, or any kind of content maker provider for ABC can then pull cues and then at their own discretion as however they wanted to. I think by the end of the whole thing, I had like 55 pages worth of music that people then could then go through, and I still to this day we see royalties, we see plays. I worked for a company called Extreme Music and a company called Bleeding Fingers, which was it gave me opportunity to work with Survivor. I did Survivor for 3 years.
Wow, Eye of the Tiger action, huh?
And that was a really cool experience because I've always wanted to learn the sound of Survivor. It was such a different thing than I was used to. So when I went in for one time and I went into a meeting with this guy named Russell Emanuel who runs Extreme Music, and he's like, "What are you doing right now?" I'm like, "Well, I'm doing these classic rock tracks that I just got told to do." So he goes, "No, you're not." He goes, "You're doing Survivor." I'm like, "Okay." So that was it. That was the start. So it was like 3 years of Survivor. So that first like couple months, I was like hands-on with the producers, with this guy Russell, as I mentioned, doing cues and doing fixes for the editors. It was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool experience.
You were talking about General Hospital, and one of our viewers wanted to know, Lori Ann, do you know James Patrick Stewart from General Hospital? Apparently he's a singer.
I don't. I know the name, but I don't know him. I don't know. I know of the name, though. There was another great singer-songwriter named Reese Sinclair that this person might know. Reese Sinclair is a really big name. She and I met her through ABC, and we then collaborated a lot after the fact. But she was a big writer for ABC. She was the biggest as I was coming in.
I
And it
love
was
it.
a really small group of people. It was like 7 composers. Really, it wasn't a big group. It was really special.
You know, it's wild because you just, you hear that music all the time in a serious scene, or, especially in the soaps, there's always music behind everything.
Yeah.
You don't even think about somebody, actually sitting there and putting it together.
Yeah, it's interesting. It is, and the trailer thing's really interesting because most people don't realize that trailer music, the music you see in the trailers, with the exception of like a Star Wars or an identifiable theme, is pretty much created custom. For every trailer. It's pretty amazing. Like it's a whole different business that people just really aren't aware of. I don't think.
That's wild.
Really great business.
Now, when you put together these music cues, do you do it right on the guitar? Or is it usually a piano? How do you usually do that stuff?
That's a great question. It's funny because you would think that as a guitar player, I would get called and hired to do guitar, but honestly, I probably play guitar probably 10% of the time. Usually, it's kind of real rhythmic based. It's very big cinematic drums. Along with some really interesting kind of ethereal. The minimalistic approach is in right now. So anything that kind of real minimal, really like spacious, that gives you a mood and gives you a feeling. And then if it's a big movie, like I just did a cue for Fast and Furious. It was like a really big cars and screaming engines, and that thing was over the top. And if it needs to be over the top, you go there. But in general, it's basically real minimal kind of like mood setting music almost.
That's wild. That's wild. And do you watch the scene first before you put that music together?
Most often not. I most often don't ever get picture because picture doesn't get sent out. On occasion it does.
Wow.
For instance, I'm working on a trailer right now with a friend that's an editor, and he just sent me his first scene that he's cutting as the picture. So once in a while I get to see, and then I get to cut and work with the picture. But most generally they'll say like, okay, do a Cars cue with like screeching cars and like motor revving, and they'll give me adjectives, or they just told me to do a medical cue. So I sampled I found samples of an EKG machine, and I found all these beeping sounds, and I kind of I breathing in there. So I did some like a guy, and the whole cue and the concept of it was the guy. It was like it's called trauma ward. That the person is basically dying in the queue, and by the end of the queue, he's just dead. Yeah, keeps his last breath. So it's also visual. It's at the same time. So I always tell people that if you listen to the cue and you close your eyes and you see visual, then you know it's right, and you know you're done the right thing. If you can't visualize anything, then you need to try again and try something different.
All right, so JJ, the big question I gotta know. Were you always this creative as a kid? I mean, like, were you always able to like go there and say, you know what, I've got a feeling for this. Like, I feel music differently.
No, that's something I really had to work on, and I learned a lot through meeting a lot of great producers. I had a producer friend, Albie Gluten, his name is, and he produced Saturday Night Fever. He came up with that riff that whatever the riff was for Saturday. He came up with that riff, and he's famous for that and many other things. Cher, and he told me one time we were out hanging out. I think it was a Grammy celebration. It was a Universal party or something, and he told me we were at somebody's house, somebody's family. We were at a house, and he told me, he's like, yeah, he goes, I see the whole orchestra. I see this before this happens and this happens. And I was like, what do you mean you hear? Like, he's like, I have the whole thing in my head before I sit down. I'm like, you do?
That's insane.
And I'm like, okay. So I had to process that, and I kind of got in an argument with him because I was under the mindset that, well, it's just a feeling and you don't have to see it all. It just kind of comes out because you're feeling and this and that. So it's actually a combination of both. Mm-hmm. But the general feeling is that if you can visualize it in your head before you start, it makes your job so much easier. When I just did the Cars in the medical, and then I did a stomp clap cue, and I did a couple other ones, I had them all in my head before I started, and it helps so great it helps bring home such a bigger spectacle than if you just kind of get lucky or you try to wing it by just going by the process. It's an interesting thing. But to answer your question, when I was little, I used to have a 2 cassette deck thing, a double cassette deck, and I didn't really know what I was doing, but I had this external microphone, and I would multi-track. I would put a cassette into the left side, I would record the first guitar part, put the cassette on the right side, put another cassette on the left side, and then multi-track, go back and forth like 30 times you know, and something like that. And I still have all the cassettes. Actually, I found them recently. I would just have like slews of cassettes and multi-tracking, and then I would always be fascinated by recording. It always fascinated me that you could do something so spectacular, and then hear it back, and it just blows your mind. It's pretty cool.
That's great, man. Do me a favor, JJ. Right before we talk Slammin' Gladys, can you give me a little more? Give me a little more guitar, man. That thing sounded really good.
Guitar?
Yeah.
All the chicks are taking off their shirts right now.
Yeah, really.
JJ, just so you know.
That's too easy. That's too easy.
It's just so much fun playing guitar.
Oh my God. You know, they always talk, you always hear like on some radio station, they talk about like the greatest guitar riff ever. Right. So, you know, what are like, you know, a couple of your favorites from, you know, is it the Van Halen?
Led Zeppelin?
The first one was like.
She lost him.
I was a metalhead when I was growing up. I was into Black Sabbath, Metallica, and like all that metal stuff. And so Sabbath and Tony Iommi was huge, you know, riff that he did, War Pigs, or Ozzy was a huge thing for me, man. Like Crazy Train, the whole. I mean, all these great riffs and stuff, and
crazy. That's how it goes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Van Halen. Like, was it? I can't see that. I mean, all those
little hot for teacher.
Van Halen guys. I was an Ozzy guy though. Like, I kind of took the classical Nylon String, Randy Rhoads, Blizzard of Oz, Diver Madman, and those two records to follow the Sabbath. I was kind of in that whole world more than I was the Van Halen world.
What about Kiss too? I saw Kiss was like an inspiration of yours.
Huge, dude. I mean, my dad took me in '77. I saw Live 2 in '77, and then I saw 77, 78, and then my dad took me to see Dynasty in '80. Kiss was like my whole room, my entire room was wall to wall Kiss, like from tour programs, concert, posters that I bought, Woodhouse, anything you can imagine. My room was plastered with Kiss. Yeah, I don't know.
Have you ever met any of those guys? They're all out there, aren't they? I mean,
I have actually. I met. I have a good Gene story. This has to do with Slammin' Gladys too. It's, Dave, the singer from Slammin' Gladys, and myself were at a club called Palladino's up in the Valley. This is probably, this is a while ago. Probably at least 15, 20 years ago. And Gene was there. And I'll never forget, he had a wad of $100 bills that he bought out. He started buying drinks for people at the bar. And I was just kind of hanging close. And he comes up to me and he's like, hey, you in a band? I'm like, yeah, I'm in a band. I go, I'm the guitar player. And that guy over there, he's the singer. He goes, no. He goes, you should be the singer. That guy looks like the drummer. that was my one Gene moment. That was it. That's what I got.
You should be the singer. You go over there.
Yeah, he was around A&R and bands at the time, so he kind of he had a knack for that at the time. He was going around looking at bands. So
well, listen, man, you guys, you know, you got the bands back together, right? You guys were you were together in the '90s. You're back together. You got another album coming out. The album's called 2, right? It's called 2.
Yep.
And you got a lot of great songs on there: Dragon Eye Girl, Toxic Lover, Durango. You know, what was it fun for you guys to get back together and just kind of, you know, I mean, the song we played before you came on, it sounded like it had a little mix of everything. Like when I came on, I said, boy, that's a sexy tune. It had a little bit of everything to it.
That's interesting. Yeah, we the first album that we did had a little bit more, I guess, a little funky to it. So in order to bring that back in kind of a current state, we wanted a little bit of both. So I incorporating the funky intro and the verses, and then it goes into the whole more Jimmy Page, Eros, like Joe Perry kind of riff kind of thing. That's what we were kind of going for. I remember we were in my mom. Yeah, to answer your question, it's such a blast getting back with these guys. It started out with Dave meeting Charlie, the guy from Jim Machine Records, and they met and they talked about, hey, you guys should do a song. And so I could put it on my label and we could put it out. So we took them up on that, and it ended up being 7 songs. And we went in the studio literally to cut 1 or 2 songs, and we cut 7 in one day. It was unbelievable.
Wow.
We got it all. And Dragon Eye Girl and Toxic Lover were kind of the last ones to come to the party. Dave and I, when I was visiting Ohio, we were in my parents' den in the back room. Dave had come by and we started writing back there. And he had the little thing for Dragon Eye Girl, the little funky riff, and then together we kind of completed it. So it's just kind of interesting because after all the years that we were together, it's like we were just, as we got back, it's like no time was lost or anything. It just kind of continued right where it left off almost, which is amazing. So it's a great thing because it's such a great band, such good guys, talented guys. It's a lot of fun.
It's great, man. It's great. Can you give us a little riff from?
I know everyone wants a guitar solo there, JJ. All the people here.
Come on, man.
Let's see a riff like this is Toxic Lover, which is the first track on the. So that's a fun riff because you have to get that little bang. Just to do little things like that makes it fun. You kind of get a little slanky, The riff for Dragon Eye Girl is kind of cool because it starts off in the pre-chorus. It goes like an A riff, almost like Aerosmith, and then it goes into like a Jimmy Page's kind of thing in the chorus. I'll play the pre-chorus and I'll go into the chorus. So let's see.
I love it, man. I love
it. Like that, they're fun,
I love it, man. The album is called 2. JJ Farris, Slammin' Gladys. JJ, listen, man, you living a dream. I would assume a musician's dream, dude.
Scott's like, you're living my dream, man. You're living it.
I got an extra room. I got a Murphy bed over here. Anytime you want to come down, hang out.
I'll bring my electric guitar with no strings, and I could pretend I'm playing next to you.
There you go.
JJ, I mean, just to hang out with you would be so much fun. Oh my God.
Yeah. You guys are fun to hang out with too from today. Thank you so much. This is great.
Thank you, bud. So the album is called 2, and it's available, I guess, everywhere your music's sold these days, right?
Yeah. Spotify, Apple Music, just anywhere where they have any streaming. And then if you go to merchbucket.com, we have all of our merchandise, all our shirts, all of our hats. We have cool Slammin' Gladys mask. And then the CD as well. And then we have the very first, the CD that was released in the 90s. We have that one available too. That's been remastered.
Love it, man. Love it.
Listen, you guys got back together. I mean, it's beautiful. Yeah. The music is great.
Thank you so much.
Before we let you go, we got Melanie Andrews coming up in just a few minutes. A lot of our viewers are asking if you sing also.
I do sing. Yes, I do. I actually have another project. I don't want to get into it now because we're not talking about that, but soon enough, I'm going to have another project where I'm the lead singer. That's coming out probably in the summer.
Nice. So you finally listened to Gene Simmons and you became the lead singer.
Yeah. Well, like I said, like I did it. Well, I'll just tell you, I did a band with Matthew Nelson, like back in the early 2000s. And then we made an album at Sound City, the infamous Sound City where, Dave Grohl has the console from now and everything. And it's pretty awesome. So we're going to release that. We're having it mixed now, and that's coming out. And that's a trio. That's myself, Matthew Nelson on bass, and Brian Burwell on drums. A trio. It's pretty cool.
Wow. Is there one cover that you love to do that you can give us like 30 seconds of?
A cover? Jeez.
Any cover? Yeah, any cover.
man, that's one thing I'm not good at is covers. That's funny. You asked
Wait,
that.
hold on, JJ. Let me set the scene for you, okay? If you were in a bar right now and there were 3 supermodels standing in front of you, and they said, "JJ, we love you. Is there?
We love you."
Sing us
I'd probably break into him. I don't know. Let's see. Jeez. I'm not like, I don't really, honest to God, I don't know a lot of covers. I really don't. That's one thing I didn't do as a kid is learn covers. I always wanted to do my own thing. And I never really, I figured out guitar riffs, but never learned the songs necessarily as a singer and playing them and so forth. But
listen, all I could tell you is when I watch General Hospital from now on and I hear those music cues, I'm going to be thinking of you.
All right. Well, that's cool.
JJ, thank you, my man. Good luck. New album is 2. Everybody go get it. JJ, thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you, Suki and Scott. Thank you very much.
Oh, JJ, so cool hanging out with you. Makes me feel like the days in 1980s in New York City.
Yeah.
Gritty, fun.
You got the new group. Come back, all right, bud?
Excellent, guys. Thank you so much.
Take care, JJ.
Have a great night.
All right, buddy.
Bye.
Suk, you got to be the guy's a genius, basically.
Listen, you got to add on that list like musicians are sexy.
Yeah. Well, listen, you knew that. That's why I keep the fake guitar in the background, so people think I play. That's why I keep it back there. Right? You always ask me why I have the electric guitar.
Yeah, I know. There. That's like your fantasy. You know that. That's your big fantasy play.
See it, Suk? There it is.
Well,
right
I know
there.
that's like your big fantasy play. I know that.
I got it. I'm good. Suk, listen, still more show to go. Listen, I told you we had 2 amazingly interesting people on the show tonight. Melanie Andrews is coming up. We're going to talk about her time with Janet Jackson. The album Control is huge again. So, we'll get a little singing going. You and I, Control, right? Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. But listen, we'll take a quick time out and we're coming back right after this. You know how they have all those massage guns they use at the gyms now to work people out? The trainers use them. Well, this Yobo, it's your own personal little handheld
massager.
It's this big. It's almost the size of your cell phone. And they come in all kinds. Here's the accessories, Philly Kid. Look, you get all those different things that go into the gun. And you literally, if you have like just a sore neck, right?
That's
People
me.
use it, right? Suk's got the sore neck. You put it on your thighs or any part of your body. It's just Phil, just start singing. I'm going to just sit here like this.
Oh, yeah,
Me too.
yeah.
Listen, here's the thing. You guys go to theyobo.com, right? It's across the screen, yobo.com. When you go there, if you type in the code Suki and Scott, you get free shipping, right? Because shipping costs a fortune these days. So you get free shipping on every order, yobo.com. You type in the code Suki and Scott. Again, you get them in blue. You can get them in pink. Here's all the different colors. They have 6 different colors, right? You got black, red, pink, green, blue, and silver. And the carrying case with the 4 attachments.
This thing is like working like a charm and getting all these little kneading my muscles. You know what I mean?
Suk, you know, I had like 5 years ago, I had that car accident where I got hit from behind by 2 cars and it screwed up my neck. And I got to tell you, this thing makes it feel off. It's awesome. The Yobo.
By the way, Valentine's Day is coming. Talk about the gift that keeps giving. This is the gift.
There you go.
That's true. Valentine's Day is coming up.
Yobo.com.
So,
Yobo.com, Phil.
Gonna get 2 of them.
Suki and Scott, and you receive free shipping.
Yeah, Valentine's Day already passed, but you still get free shipping. So,
But you know what? It's the gift that keeps giving. It's every holiday. I think Mother's Day is coming, Father's Day is coming, and you know what? Little Easter.
That's all. Easter, Arbor Day.
Arbor
So,
Day.
listen, our next guest, Melanie Andrews, I was telling you about her before. Just also an incredible career. And she actually co-wrote the song Let's Wait a While, right? On the Control. Let's wait a while. Now, Suk,
it's too late.
you know that anytime, like if I were to play Janet Jackson right now on the song,
we get shut off.
Facebook shuts you down. They mute it. They copyright. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, the copyright. So anyway, what I did was at about 7:10, I texted our guy Phil, musical director, genius Phil. I said, Philly kid, how's your Janet Jackson these days? I said, give me a minute of Let's Wait a While, because we always like to play the song before the guest comes in. As I'm sure Melanie well knows, you know, little lead in. If she was on Fallon, you play the song. So here's Phil, just to remind everybody of that song from the album Control. Here he is.
There's something I want to tell you. There's something I think that you should know. It's not that I shouldn't really love you. Let's take it slow. When we get to know each other and we're both feeling much stronger, then let's try to talk it over. Let's wait a while longer. Oh, let's wait a while before it's too late. Let's wait a while. Oh, before we go too far, baby. Oh, let's wait a while. Yeah.
Luke, I forgot to edit it.
He can take off his clothes. I'm like, I'm here for it, Phil. I'm here for it.
There's Melanie. Hi, Melanie.
Hi, guys. That was great.
Melanie, how are you?
Hi.
Oh my God.
Did you like Phil's version? Little
Yeah,
country.
he was singing it.
Wow.
Yes.
He's a country singer putting his spin on it.
Yeah, that was nice.
That's our musical
He
director.
was going to take off his clothes. I was like, what's going on here, Phil?
I know. I didn't know what he was
That
doing.
extra soul on it. Yeah.
Melanie, how are you doing? How's it going?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're so
We
excited
are
to
great.
have you. I mean, we're huge fans. I mean, the music is so relevant in our lives. It feels like it's 1985 every day for us, really.
Wow.
Melanie, are you amazed that you were telling a story? Obviously, Justin Timberlake the other day started apologizing to Britney and to Janet Jackson, how he stayed mum when what happened to Janet. She took all the flack from her expose at the Super Bowl. And Britney, when he talked about how he took her virginity, but he apologized and so on and so forth, which really shot Control to number one on the iTunes charts. 35 years. You got to be like, oh my God.
I know. It's crazy. I just can't believe it. That's a long time ago.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, but it's wonderful. Yeah, Janet's been posting on Instagram and letting everyone know, how much she appreciates it, and she was amazed, and so am I. Totally amazed, because like I said, it's been 35 years since the first release of the Control album. So to go number one again, and I think it was the Hot Pop Top 40.
That is insane.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
and
and
it's
you
still
look
up there. It's hanging in there on iTunes. It's doing good.
Yeah, Suk, and look at the songs that were on there, right? You had Control, Miss Jackson, If You're Nasty.
Janet, we're all going like this.
Everybody, right?
And we're all shaking like this with Janet.
Yeah.
I love
And
it.
you had
Go girl.
also What Have You Done For Me Lately? Do, right?
Yes.
And When I Think of You,
Yeah.
baby. And your song that you co-wrote that with her. And who else wrote that? Because I know there were a couple other people.
Jimmy Jam and Terry
Jam.
Lewis did the music.
Jimmy Jam. Okay.
And Janet and myself did the lyrics. Oh, you got a dancer back there.
That's her Jackson. Janet Jackson. Now, Let's Wait a While was basically a story that came from you and your boyfriend about refraining from fooling around, right? As youngsters?
Yes, yes. I first wrote the first lyrics when I was 14, actually.
What?
Yeah. And then me and Janet and I rewrote it for her album, you know, and she put her feel on it and added all her lyrics to it too. So yeah, but he was trying to rush me into things I was not ready for.
But you know what? It fits so perfectly because that whole album Control was like Janet coming out, like reclaiming her everything.
Yes.
And it was that Let's Wait a While resonated with every young woman.
Yes.
I was like, can we press pause on that and can we talk about this later?
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, she just did it so much justice. She really killed it in the studio, and the video was beautiful, and I'm just so proud that people loved it. Oh,
that's you guys, right?
Wow, look at that picture.
It's amazing, right? A whole nother lifetime ago. And you sang background vocals on a lot of those hits from that album, correct?
Yeah, I sang background with Janet on Control, When I Think of You, What Have You Done for Me Lately, Funny How Time Flies, Let's Wait a While, almost all of them.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Do you have, is there any chance I can get you to do a little of Let's Wait a While? Just to like 15, 20 seconds of it?
Oh my. Okay.
I mean, it's just us. It's just us.
Before it's too late, let's wait a while. Before we go too far.
It's so smooth.
I'm just getting over a cold, but
my God, you have a beautiful voice. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Melanie, I mean, like, what was it like back then to work with, like, bring that sound forward? Because that was like kind of like the tentacles were so large in America at that time, that music that was Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. I mean, it was just incredible.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, look at these old pictures.
Look at how cute you are. How old are you right there?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Let's see. That's a little after Control. Look at my chubby cheeks. I must have been maybe 18, 19 there. I was
living the life at 18 like that?
Yeah, I was 17 when we recorded it, when we left. I remember that. So that was a little after that.
Yeah. And you guys were high school friends, right? You and Janet? That's how you knew her?
Yes, we got really close in school, and I started traveling with her. We just hit it off and became besties. And the Minneapolis trip when we went to do Control was one of the trips that we took together. And wow. I didn't even know what we were going to do. Actually, I was just going to hang out with my buddy and be her confidant and support her. And then, I ended up working with her really by accident. It was not a plan. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, her producers, put me on the album. And I was like, oh, okay. This is great.
I love it. I love the pictures.
Yeah.
But the sound coming out of Minneapolis kind of changed everything, didn't it? I mean,
really. It did. That was good times. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis were producing everyone back then. Yeah, and I just think what they did with the Control album is just unreal.
Oh, it's iconic. It's iconic. It was like the coming out album for Janet Jackson. It put her on the stage, put her on the map to continue to create and create and create.
Yeah. You also had Pleasure Principle, right? You had that song in there too.
Yeah.
I mean, there was so many top hits in there.
He had so many number ones. It just was unbelievable.
Yeah. I just remember that American Music Award where it was like, and Janet Jackson, and Janet Jackson. I mean, just sitting there. It was her year, and it was her time.
Control sweep that. Yeah.
Right. And Melanie, you won a BMI Pop Songwriter Award, right? Something, the Songwriter of the Year, right?
Yeah, it was one of the most performed songs of that year. So I was one of the winners.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. And you also, I read you co-wrote a couple songs for Earth, Wind, and Fire as well, right?
Yes.
Which ones? Which ones?
In the Name of Love.
Oh.
And The Right Time and Keep It Real. Those are the three I did with them.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. And they're all on In the Name of Love album.
Wow.
I love it. I love it. And now I know I had read something at our guest before you does, you may have heard while you were on, he does music cues for shows and like General Hospital and things like that. I saw something where you also wrote some stuff for General. Is that true?
Yes, I did. I had a song that was on General Hospital. So many episodes. They kept playing it. I was like, wow.
Which one was it?
It's called, it was called We Got the Night. And it was performed on the song by one of the actors who was, his storyline was that he was a recording artist.
Right.
Playing Ricky Martin's son on that show. Back when Ricky Martin was on the show.
Wow, that's right. That's right.
Ricky and it was his son, and he was an aspiring writer, artist. So they used my song to act like he was writing it.
Wow.
And it was like a love song to his girlfriend, and it was on so many episodes. I was like, "Whoa, this is cool!" I had no idea once, but they used it like woo over and over.
Can we talk about your daughter too? Because Scott, I mean, this is pretty amazing.
Lauren.
You mean this daughter, Lauren Ashley?
Yes.
And her music.
Hold on, Melanie. You ready? Hold on, because I went a little deeper. Let's get a little tone here.
We're like fire in ice. You burn me up and I keep you in control. Sparks fly. Ain't I me, light me up. I can bring you back to reality. We know that we're meant to be up there high in the galaxy.
By the way, your daughter is gorgeous. And she has a beautiful voice.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's her first single. She actually has a second single coming out. The EDM label, Sony's EDM label Thrive just signed her since that came out.
Really?
So her second, so her next single comes out March 5th. Yeah.
Wow. You know what? You need to have her come on the show. She could sing for us a little bit.
She would love it. She's only 19, just starting out. But she wrote that song and all her songs on the album. She's really good.
That is amazing.
Did you help her? Like, did you guide her? Did you? No.
And she writes music too. I don't. So
she actually writes the music.
The next level.
You have to tell her to get on this program with us. That'll be great.
Yeah, she actually plays all the chords, the piano, and all that.
Wow, beautiful, talented, and I mean, geez, wow.
That is amazing. And I read something about you, which is great because now you're using everything you've experienced in your career. You have like this studio where you're helping the next generation of artists, try to achieve really what you've achieved. And it's where I think it's I read it in Irvine, in California.
Yes, Legacy 2 Studios. Excuse me, I'm the director there. And the man that owns it, Charlie Perez, is amazing. And he has a label attached to it, Round 2 Records and Legacy 2 Records. And they put out different styles of music for new artists, and they really give them a shot. So I'm head of production. And I helped build the studio, so it's all set up real cool.
Wow.
And yeah, it's beautiful, actually. I should have sent you guys pictures. It's beautiful.
That's great. No, I read all about it, and I just, I love that you just, you're taking it to the next generation and trying to help, because we've had so many great artists on this show.
So good.
Since we've been doing this for almost a year, we've had so many great kids and adults too, who great musicians, great singers that you've never heard of before, and they blow us away. And it's like, my God, if somebody would just take a look at you and you're giving kids that opportunity to get it done.
Yeah, we'll send them to Legacy 2 Studios. We're ready.
I have somebody that I'd like to send over. He's a protege of ours. You saw him sing that song.
We firmly believe in this kid.
You saw him sing it. Yeah, this kid right here. This is Phil. Phil sang.
Hey, Phil, you can sing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Phil gave you the country version of Let's Wait a While.
Let's Wait a While.
Yeah, that was. You should record that. There's been a lot of covers of that song. You should do one.
Hey, that's a thought right there.
Jenna would love it. She would love
Melanie,
it. Yeah.
He's got 120 million views on his page. He said the women love him all over the country, and he's our musical
all over the world.
All over the world. It's incredible.
Why.
I'm just having fun. Big fan of Janet Jackson and Let's Wait a While, and man, awesome work.
Yeah, Janet is the best.
She really is. Just an icon in every level.
Yeah. Melanie, are you guys still?
The sweetest person.
Are you guys still close? Do you still talk?
We don't hang out like when we were in high school, but yes, I saw her a couple of years ago. I went to see her at the Hollywood Bowl. We had a little backstage reuniting, and we were talking about the old days. And
that's great.
That is great. Forever. A lot of history.
A lot of love.
Wow.
Yes, lots of love.
There you go.
Look at how cute you are.
Yeah, that was that day. That was like 2019, I guess.
And then I also I found one of you and Philip Bailey. Is that Philip Bailey, right?
Bailey.
Yeah. Oh wow, that was back.
Right? Didn't he sing "Easy Lover" with?
He sang "Easy Lover."
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a great song.
Well, hold on. I pulled this one out too.
Oh my gosh! Yes, that was before I had my kids.
They take everything from you, Melanie. I know.
Oh boy, they suck the life out. I'm trying to get it back
out of you.
I love it, Melanie.
Worth
listen,
every minute though. Worth every minute.
You're right.
Thank you so much. Give us another. Tell me another plug for the school, because I'd love for people to and where can they find it online?
Oh sure, it's Legacy 2 Studios, and actually we just finished building the studio, so all the website, everything's going up now. But you can reach out to me on Instagram, MelanieAndrews01, and I'll give you all the information for the studio. And then when the website finish any day now, then we'll shoot it out to you.
That's great. And I'll tell you what,
Facebook too, Melanie.
If you have any up and coming artists there that you'd like to give them a little practice, being interviewed and being on a show, you send them our way. We'll put them right on.
Oh yeah. We have a couple on round 2 right now that are excellent. Elvia and Kadena and Brittany. Oh my gosh, yes. We got to get them on here. They're really, their albums are coming out great.
Listen, you know what you do? Make this coming on this show part of their challenge. They have to come on this show. We'll be the judges, and we'll weed them out.
We'll interview them. We'll put them through the whole process.
We'll put them through the ringer.
Yeah, let's do that. And
how they can handle questions, tough questions, strange questions.
Yeah. We have quite a few for you, so we'll send them over.
Love
That's
it.
Help tell Sandra, and we'll take care of it. But again, here's your daughter, Lauren Ashley. She's got her new tune out, and people can find this on iTunes. And
iTunes.
Yeah.
iTunes.
Yeah, it's on iTunes and it's everywhere. All the digital platforms.
Great. Melanie, listen, absolute pleasure. Congratulations on Control being, back in the spotlight again. And you lived it. You've done it all, I guess, right?
You lived it and we're jealous about it. We want to hear all the stories.
Oh, there's so many stories. It would take all night.
Oh, listen, can you just dial up Janet on your cell phone, pop her on for a second?
Janet.
We just want to talk to her about being on Good Times back in the day.
Oh my goodness, that's classic. Yes.
Well,
bye, Melanie. Thank you.
She's actress, isn't she? She's such a good actress.
Yeah. She did it all.
Wow.
She did it all. But Melanie,
She's
thank
a
you.
triple threat.
I tell you.
Yeah, she does.
Nice meeting you, Melanie.
We're serious though.
Thanks, Phil.
Send us your students. We'll definitely put them on.
All right.
All right, Melanie. Thank you. Have a great day.
Okay, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Keep the show going. It's wonderful.
We are, and congratulations to all the work that you're doing and paying it forward. That's the most important thing. Paying it forward.
Amen. Thank you, Jesus.
Take care, Melanie.
Okay, guys. Bye-bye. Have a good night.
Bye. Wow, what a career, Suk, huh? Philly kid, you did a terrific job on that
years
song.
old when Control blew up and she was traveling the world with Janet Jackson.
Yeah, wow. Could you imagine that? But at that time, you don't realize what you're in the middle of until you get older and you look back and you're like, wow, I really did it all.
Years old, traveling the world when you know media was people. Even though media was intrusive back then, and on some level, it wasn't like what it is now.
No, not like today. No,
cell phones and. Anyway, I think I need to take my yobo out.
Oh yeah, Philly, you got your yobo?
I don't. It's in the house.
Oh, Phil, how dare you?
Phil, I'll massage myself while we talk to you.
We need to update our commercials because they all talk about Valentine's Day, bud.
So Phil, why don't you talk about the yobo real quickly?
Well, you know what I like about the yobo the best is that it's portable. It's got its own carrying case. It has 4 massage speeds. There's 6 colors. It has a fast USB Type-C charging handle, so you can take it anywhere. It's a massage tool for pain relief. It's stylish. It's powerful. And again, it's the best thing I like about it is it's so portable. And so if I go somewhere, it can go with me.
Phil, how do people get free shipping? Do you know?
Yeah, the code is Suki and Scott.
Nice. You get free shipping. You just type in that code. I know we've had a lot of folks who have ordered it from our friends at Yobo, and it's Suk, how good does this thing work?
I haven't even said a word. It's so good. I'm just listening to Phil, and I'm just getting into all the little nooks and crannies because
it's Yoboing herself.
It feels so good. It's just like you can't even talk to, Phil, when it feels so good.
Yeah, they sent me one, and I had it, and it's been taken over by my family.
Your wife, my husband wanted the yobo. I was like, you can't have my yobo. That's my yobo.
Yeah, so I've now ordered another one. Hopefully, it's going to come here when we're having this bad ice storm, but hopefully it gets here pretty quick. And so yeah, I'll have to have another one.
Suk, let me just say, let's wait a while.
3 speeds, Phil, and it gets better.
Sing me a little of that song again. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Talking about the
let's
wait. It's too late. Let's wait a while.
Ladies and gentlemen, theyobo.com.
There's something I want to tell you. There's something I think that you should know. It's not that I shouldn't really love you. Let's take it slow. When we get to know each other and we're both feeling much stronger, then let's try to talk it over. Let's wait a while longer. Let's wait a while. Before it's too late, let's wait a while before we go too far.
Woo!
Nice. What am I doing? Hold on. I'm clicking.
Phil Paz, you always do an excellent job. You're the voice man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you singing. Scotty, Bobby has been putting up some funny stuff. Bobby Ross, breaking news. I love Bobby Ross.
Is he talking about Lonnie Anderson again?
He goes, breaking news, Lonnie Anderson just inquired if Scotty is included with the Yobo.
Oh, Suk, let me tell you something. If we could get Lonnie Anderson on this show, I would have a heart attack.
Okay, listen, breaking news. This is also Bobby Ross. Donna D'Erico finally gets her Scotty tattoo removed from her lower back after Scotty denies all of her advancements.
I saw Donna D'Erico on Instagram today, Suk. I was like, what? I was like, whoa, she's in her 50s. She looks like she's 27. I was ready to ask her out.
P.S. It's somebody's birthday today, and I'm going to find it. I think it's Irene Fitzhugh's birthday today.
Oh,
everybody.
Irene, nice.
Am I correct? Is it Irene Fitzhugh's birthday? I think so.
Philly kids, Suki and I, big meetings in New York City today. The show, we're going straight to the top, my friend.
Yes, Irene Fitzhugh's birthday. It is. So, Irene Fitzhugh, you have always been a staunch supporter. Phil, I think you got to sing her happy birthday.
A little happy birthday to Irene.
Okay, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Irene.
Fitzhugh.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Irene.
Love it. Love it.
Nice.
Happy birthday, Irene.
Celebrating an anniversary, but I couldn't find the
Suk, you know what I love about that sweater you're wearing?
What?
It really fits you.
Irene.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be here all friggin' week.
All right, guys.
You're out, Suk? Wait, Suk, really, real quick before you leave. I just I wanted to show you this yesterday. You know how when people go on crazy rides, sometimes they faint?
Yeah.
See them faint online? Tell me, how many times does this guy faint on this ride? Watch this.
3, 2, 1, and that's what it sounds like, okay? You know I play too many games here. Oh my God! Holy shit. I'm gonna throw it. Stop. Oh my God. Oh my God. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Wait with the camera.
Get this kick-ass view. All right?
No.
You okay?
No.
You did it.
Do you hear the computer music
Yes,
every time he falls?
Karen is like, that's the Windows thing opening and closing. That guy's passing out, Mom. Wait. And the funny part is, he's like, that was great, wasn't it? He's holding his girlfriend's hand at the end.
Woo! Woo! Oh my God, that was right.
Narcolepsy or something. Like, what the hell was that?
I don't know, man. That was pretty wild. Then he wakes up. He's like, "That was amazing." No,
that's like every woman in bed. Woo! You're done. That was great, honey. You're the best.
What? Doo-doo.
Well, that's why I don't ride those rides anymore. Because that would be me.
Oh
my God, that ride would make me vomit in 2 seconds. Yeah. Literally 2 seconds.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
I drank a liter of root beer one time when I was in grade school and rode a ride similar to that, and yeah, it didn't end well.
Yeah, the roto where it throws you up against the wall, right? You stick to the wall.
Yeah.
Look what Bobby Ross said. Breaking news: a guy in the amusement park got passed out.
What are you writing?
He goes, breaking news, the guy on the amusement park kept passing out from the smell of him grabbing him. Oh, geez. That's hysterical.
Oh, man, that's funny. Suk, before you go, tomorrow night, we've got Tom Brislin on from Kansas, the group Kansas.
I love, has everybody seen the documentary?
Yeah, Tom Brislin's coming on tomorrow. And by the way, Austin Edwards is one of the guys from AGT. Not only is Austin Edwards a great singer from AGT, he's also a homicide detective, Suk.
Wow, he's got a lot in common with Phil Paz. We need that.
I was on the phone with him, and he goes, "Yeah, just make sure you get this body to the medical examiner." I'm like, "Are you talking to me?" He says, "No, I'm a homicide detective. I'm on a job." I said, wait, you're looking at a dead body right now? He goes, yeah, I do this every day. And you were on AGT? I mean, it was. Wait till you talk to this guy. It was just so nonchalant. You get this body to them. I'm like, wait, you're not talking to me, are you? He goes, nah, I'm a homicide detective. So he's come out. Should be a fun show. And Tom Brislin from Kansas. Doesn't get any bigger than Kansas, right?
Yeah, I know. We're gonna have a lot of questions for that.
All we are is dust in the wind.
All we are is dust. Okay, Phil, you got to do a little Kansas for us too tomorrow.
I will.
Yeah, Philly kid. We'll bring you in with a little Kansas tomorrow. I love when we do that.
Sounds good. Yeah.
All right, Suki. We'll
Bye, guys.
we'll
Love you.
tomorrow,
Good night. Love you
Bye,
too.
Philly. Thank you for the yobo.
You're welcome.
Philly kid.
Hey.
Phil, Melanie liked you. She liked your singing, dude.
Yeah, that's a fun song to sing. She's a really, really, really nice lady. You know, you think of at 18 years old, all the fame and attention and everything that was going on, that she was going on a world tour with Janet Jackson. And, you know, you hear of the horror stories about young people in the life, the tragedies they get into, drugs and everything else that goes along with it. And that didn't happen to her. She did that.
Yeah.
She grew up. She had a family. She raised daughters. You know, she has a very nice.
Her daughter's a singer now. It's no, really, really nice lady. And she, God, she wrote that one song with those other, with Jimmy, what's his name? Jimmy Jam.
Jimmy Jam.
And Janet. So
yeah.
That had to be what a cool experience. Like I said to Suki, you look back on it, you don't appreciate it while you're going through it. Because A, you're too young, and B, you just think this is never going to end anyway.
Right.
And then 35 years later, the Control album is number one on iTunes because it's the 35th anniversary, and B, because of Justin Timberlake. All he did was apologize to Janet Jackson and Britney Spears for stuff that happened way back when, and it shot the album right back into the stratosphere.
Hey, whatever it takes, man. I mean, good for them.
Right, it's great. But anyway, listen, nothing as big as you singing, my friend.
How about a little? JJ Farris. I heard him earlier talking about Kiss, so I thought I would sing a little Beth.
Oh, one of my favorites. Nice.
Here we go. Beth, I hear you calling, but I can't come home right now. Me and the boys are playing, and we just can't find the sound. Just a few more hours, and I'll be right home to you. I think I hear them calling. Oh, Beth, what can I do? Beth, what can I do? You say you feel so empty, that our house just ain't a home, and I'm always somewhere else, and you're always there alone. Just a few more hours, and I'll be right home to you. I think I hear them calling. Oh, Beth, what can I do? Beth, what can I do?
You say you feel so empty. And do you ever see the commercial when they do that with the guys from Kiss? So they have these guys dressed up in. It's not a commercial. It was on YouTube, I think. It's kind of long. They have these guys dressed up in Kiss outfits, and they're at somebody's home, just working on stuff. The phone rings, and one of the wife of the singer, the Kiss singer, maybe Paul Stanley, whoever's house they're at, because it's Peter Criss, I think, sang Beth, right, the drummer.
Yes.
So he says, Peter, it's your wife Beth. She's on the phone. So he gets on the phone, and the guys are working on their music in the back. He's like, and he's talking the song. He's like, Beth, I hear you calling. I can't come home right now. Like, me and the boys are playing, and we just can't find the sound. And it was real. It's on YouTube. I bet you could face like, just a few more hours. I promise I'll be right home to you. And it was really good the way they did it. Like he talks it to her on the phone. It's like, Beth, I know you're lonely. He's like, Beth, I know you're lonely, and our house just ain't a home. It's really good if you look it up, but it's probably about 3-4 minutes long. And they're like, come on, man, we got to work. Get back over here. And he's trying to talk to Beth. It was really very well done. What else you want to do?
Oh shoot, let's do. I got a request to do this one. In fact, I put this back up on my page the other day, and it did very, very well. A little dock of the bay.
Sitting on the dock of the bay.
I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships roll in. Then I watch them roll away again. Oh, I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh, I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. I left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay, 'cause I've had nothing to live for. It looks like nothing's gonna come my way. Oh, I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Oh, I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time.
Doop, 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 doop. How about this? You ready? We'll do this one together.
Okay.
Oh, when the sun beats down and burns the tar up on the roof, and your shoes get so hot, you wish your tired feet were fireproof. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah. On a blanket with my babies, where I'll be, do, 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 do.
Under the boardwalk, up on the sun.
Under the boardwalk,
we'll be having some fun.
Under the boardwalk,
people walking above.
Under the boardwalk,
we'll be falling in love.
Under the boardwalk.
Boardwalk. Well, from the park you hear the happy sound of the carousel. You can almost taste the hot dogs and French fries they sell. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah. On a blanket with my babies, where I'll be. That's all.
Let's do some more. What do we want to do? Some more 50s hits. What else you want to do?
Let's see here.
How about, oh, yes, I'm the great pretender. Pretending that I'm not a clown. That's not the words. I'm doing well.
Let's start over. Oh, yes, I'm the great pretender. Pretending that I'm doing well. My need is such, I pretend too much. I'm lonely, but no one can tell. Take it, Scott.
I don't have the words up, but I'm going to mash into each time we have a quarrel. It almost breaks my heart, 'cause I'm so afraid that we will have to part. Each night I ask the stars up above, hey stars, why must I be a teenager in love?
One day I feel so happy, next day I feel so sad. I guess I'll learn to take the good with the bad. 'Cause each night I ask the stars up above,
Hey, stars.
why must I be a teenager in love? I cried a tear for nobody but you. I'll be a lonely one if you should say we're through. Take it.
Well, if you want to make me cry, that won't be so hard to do. And if you say goodbye, I'll still go on loving you. Each night I ask the stars up above, hey, stars, why must I be a teenager in love? Woof. God, that was good, Phil. I don't care what anybody says. That was good. That was damn good.
That was awesome. Have you heard anything from Donny Osmond?
No, not yet. Still working on Donnie. I'm working on a few people. Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley. I'm working on them all. Springsteen. I want them all on this show.
I know, man.
Finish us up, baby. Finish us up. Big finale.
Let's see. How about a little... Your love keeps lifting me higher than I've ever been lifted before. So keep it up, quench my desire, and I'll be at your side forevermore. You know your love keeps lifting higher, higher and higher and higher. Now once I was downhearted, disappointment was my closest friend. But then you came and he soon departed, and you know he never showed his face again. That's why your love keeps lifting me higher.
Higher.
Keep on lifting, yeah, oh, lifting me higher and higher. Oh, your love keeps lifting me higher,
higher,
higher and higher.
Oh, yeah. Good night, sweetheart. Well,
it's time to go.
Yes, it is.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go.
Oh, yes, it is.
We hate to leave you, but we really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night.
Good
night,
see you
everybody.
tomorrow, everybody. Big show tomorrow.